This creepy story is about a young girl, Emma, who almost died in the depths of a lake. On a warm summer day with the sun high in the sky and the breeze gently rustling through the trees, Emma and David decided to spend the day by a lake deep in the forest. The waters shimmered under the golden rays, promising a day of relaxation and fun. They walked hand in hand along the pebbled shore, laughing and enjoying each other's company. The world seemed ideal for the two lovers, but they did not yet know what horror lay ahead. As Emma and David splashed around in the water, unaware of the eyes watching them from below, a figure emerged from the depths. It was a girl, her lengthy hair flowing like strands of seaweed, and her eyes looked at David with alarming intensity. This mysterious girl found herself hostage to the lake. She drowned in it as a teenager many years ago. Everyone had already forgotten this story. No one remembered either the girl or her name. At night, strange sounds of crying and cries for help were heard near the lake, frightening the residents. Enchanted by David's presence, the girl's heart sank with love. For the first time, she felt warmth in her soul, prompting her to devise a plan for her salvation. With envy coursing through her veins, she decided to escape the clutches of the lake once and for all and take David for herself. The girl sacrificed Emma to the lake in exchange for her freedom. Silently, she slid towards Emma, who was blissfully unaware of the danger lurking beneath the surface. In one swift motion, the girl grabbed Emma and dragged her into the dark depths below. The water drowned out Emma's cries for help as she became trapped in the tangled weeds, her struggle against the lake's suffocating embrace futile. The girl's grip was like iron, her determination unwavering as she dragged Emma deeper and deeper into the darkness. Using the strong currents of the lake to her advantage, the girl bound Emma's body with thick strands of seaweed, securing her to the underwater rocks with unyielding strength. With each knot tied, she felt a surge of triumph, knowing that soon she would be free from the confines of the lake, and David would be hers alone. "Emma!" David shouted, his voice echoing across the water as he frantically searched for his beloved. But there was no answer, only the eerie silence of the lake. Coming out of the water, the girl took on the appearance of Emma, a deceptive facade to deceive David. The young man continued his search underwater, but it yielded no results. Suddenly, a girl's voice called out to him from the shore. "David, my love," the girl said, her voice reminiscent of Emma's. David ran quickly to his beloved. "I was so afraid for you. Where did you go?" said David, choking from powerlessness. Something was wrong, but he couldn't figure out what it was. David hesitated, a nagging feeling lingering at the corners of his mind. "Emma, is everything okay?" he asked, and there was concern in his voice. The girl's smile faded momentarily, a hint of worry flashing across her face before she regained her composure. "Of course, my dear," she replied, her voice full of honeyed sweetness. "Why don't we go home? I'm so tired." David sensed something was wrong. As they walked together, he carefully watched her every move, looking for any sign that would confirm his suspicions. The way she spoke, the rhythm of her voice, even the subtle nuances of her gestures, everything seemed a little unusual, like a poorly rehearsed imitation of the woman he loved. Her smile, although sweet, lacked the warmth and familiarity he was used to. Her eyes, once the window into Emma's soul, glowed with something sinister. A darkness lurking beneath the surface. David's doubts gave way to confidence when they reached the forest's edge. He looked into the girl's eyes, really looked, and didn't see Emma looking back at him. Instead, he saw only emptiness. "You're not Emma," he said, his voice barely louder than a whisper. The girl's appearance deteriorated when she realized her ruse had been exposed. The girl appeared before him with her natural face. David rushed to the lake to save his beloved, but he was relentless, his love for Emma leading him through the dark depths. His heart was pounding with despair, and then, finally, he found her, trapped and unconscious but still clinging to life. Without wasting a second, he quickly tore apart the vigorous vines holding Emma tightly. With the last of his strength, David could free his love and carry her ashore. On the shore, the lake girl laughed evilly. "What a pity, she died. Now she is a hostage of this lake," the girl shouted joyfully. David, without losing hope, tried to revive the lifeless body of his beloved. Left wholly exhausted, he decided to kiss Emma one last time. Suddenly, a yellow spot of light shone in the area of Emma's heart. David couldn't believe his eyes. Emma's pale skin began to acquire a healthy pink tint before his eyes. As Emma stirred awake, her eyes filled with confusion and fear, David held her close, whispering words of reassurance and love. "It can't be! It can't be!" the girl said in horror. No, I don't want to return," she repeated. Having barely had time to finish this, vigorous vines came out of the water and dragged the girl back into the lake a second later. A piercing scream was heard throughout the forest. Holding Emma in his arms, David watched in amazement as the lake squeezed the girl, dragging her back into its depths with otherworldly force. A blood-curdling scream pierced the air, echoing through the forest as the girl disappeared under the water again. When the ripples died and the lake returned to calm, David hugged Emma tightly, grateful to have her in his arms again. Without wasting a minute, they ran away from this damned place as quickly as possible. When they returned home, they could not believe what had happened to them. For some time, the girl came to Emma in a dream and tried to drag her more profoundly, but she failed. David's strong love protected her, even in her sleep.